Hey, good morning, folks. AJ the CEO here. We are in Gloucester, Virginia, and we're at Tabernacle of Faith Church. We're going to do an on-site, see what we can do to help modernize the media ministry. You know what we do, and let's get inside and let's see what we can do to help them out. All right, folks. So we did a walk around, and pretty much we're just going to help them enhance a lot of the stuff that they got here in place. So the first thing is, let me take you on a walkthrough. We're actually looking at ordering everything here in the next like 24 to 48 hours and try and be back here on September 2nd before I go out of town to get them straight. I believe it should be pretty straightforward. So let me take you on a tour of what we're looking at proposing for them to do. All right, so first, this TV is not working, but we want to at least get stuff set up and prep for them. So another TV in the future, but we'll work on that. That cable right there, that is connecting their internet. What we're going to do is probably go up, do some CSAA ministry, wire this up to where the internet is, have a hard line connection right there, and run it back here. Now, what we're also going to do is leveraging what they currently have right now. We're going to come up here to the front. We're going to put a 20x PTZ about right here, ceiling mounted, so we have more control from up here. Going to keep that TV that's already wired. Going to replace that and put a 50-inch right there. It might even possibly put the camera up there, but nah, I think we're going to do the ceiling, but we're going to put a 50-inch right there. Cables already ran. We just got to run a fiber optic HDMI back, Ethernet for the camera, run that back to the booth. What we're also going to do is replace out the rack that they have, put in another rack to where now the surge protector is going to be on the other side to power everything. We're going to insert all of that stuff into that rack and move their board to an X32 rack mount that it'll be controlled through an app or through an iPad. They're using the A2 Mini Pro right now. We're going to connect that up, get their Proclaim going through that, get the camera going through that, and their existing cameras for secondary shots. We got that straight. Send their audio through everything with the potential future of having the keyboard, drum, and everything go inside. Now, y'all know me. I was getting ready to go out of town, but this is something I believe should not take very long to do. The main issue is going to be just can we get everything in time to get this stuff done. So let me I'm gonna go and get back in front of the computer, do the design. But again, this is fairly straightforward because we're literally only putting a sound system, do a new rack, putting one camera, PTZ, joystick, and just connect everything. To the PoE switch and power everything. So really straightforward. We only got to run two cables in the ceiling, and they said we can get up here, and there's already a path. So we're just going to run that, make everything look nice and pretty, and then we go from there. So let's go ahead and get in front of the computer. Alrighty, folks, we are back here. Thankfully, it's not that long of a trip to get back home, but let's go ahead and get over here and set up everything that's going to be for Tabernacle of Faith Church. And typically, I say, hey, if I get the contract, I'll bring it along. We already got the contract, so yay! Thank you so much for that. So this is guaranteed. We actually are planning to be down there on next Saturday, right before I head out to London. So we're going to go ahead and knock this out. But let's go ahead and do a quick design and show you everything that we've already ordered that's going to be in place for us to get this all set up. So let's go ahead and put everything in place with what they had. Mainly, this is just trying to get their stuff sorted out based off of what they have and get it functioning the way that they desire for it to be. And it makes me think, well, hold on, let me just actually put this in place. So this is their Mac, which is going to be for their presentation, and they're using Proclaim for this. This is what they desire to use because they already have the software for this. All right. They have an ATEM Mini Pro. I pretty much mentioned to them the pros and cons of why I suggest that in their near future they will be going with an ATEM Mini Extreme, and I kind of showed them that. Um, they have a camera. They have a ZV-1. I think they actually have two of these, actually. And they have a um, mixer. And this is kind of their setup right now. So let's go ahead and show you what we're going to do. We are putting in a 20X PTZ here. So this is actually going to be the back PTZ. And actually, I'm jumping ahead. Let me come back here and redo some stuff. Let's move this back here so I can have some more space. All right. And I forgot to mention, they already have a television in the front, right above the pulpit. They have that there. And then they have another smaller one, very, very tiny. It looks like a 21-inch monitor right here. I'm hoping, I didn't look, I'm hoping that's HDMI. I believe it is. If not, we'll have to make sure we get an extra one just in case. And I'm sure this is in a splitter some type of way, because the HDMI out with the Pro, because again, remember, you have the multi-view or program out when you have the ATEM Mini Pro. That's the reason why we're talking about doing the Extreme. So let me actually take this back. This is some type of splitter here is in place. So we're coming out into here. And then that is going to this monitor, which currently is not on. And then it also goes to this front one here. And there's another TV in the fellowship hall that they said is not working. So there is another connection going here, some way, shape, or form. I'm saying this because this is stuff that we don't have to rewire right now, but it has the potential that we might have to rewire it. All right, so now let's go back to what we were trying to add in place. I'm scooting this back so we can have some more room. All right, so what we're going to do is add a single 20X PTZ. It is going to be mounted right there on the ceiling. So that is the back PTZ. That's a 20X, but it's more than enough. A 10X could have gotten away with that, but there's no reason not to spend the money on that. We also are adding a joystick. And I'm running out of space already. I did all that thinking I was going to have some more space. Let's move this up here. Got a joystick here. And we're going to add a PoE switch. Actually going to give them one. I actually had an extra one, a brand new one left over from an install that I just did in North Carolina. So we have another switch. And again, I'm not putting a 24 port. This is actually going to be an 8 port. So just ignore the image. So we got this here. And they already have a line from the internet that's already pulled. We're going to put that and hopefully put it inside the wall so we don't have it dangling over the doors and stuff like that. So this is the internet that's tied back to their modem already. So we're going to run that connection there. We're going to have a connection to the camera, to the joystick, to the Mac, and we're going to establish a physical connection to the ATEM because one was not there. All right, and we're also going to run a new connection to their sound system because we're going to make this a rack-mounted X32 because the pastor wants to go to a digital board. And from a space standpoint, this is one. And I got to tighten this because that's why I keep moving this. I can't tighten this arm any more than it is, and it keeps falling on me. All right. Now with this, we're going to run we're out of USB. Well, actually, this Mac doesn't have any speaker out connections, which is not cool. And actually, I forgot real quick. There is another monitor here already that is serving as a multi-view, but since there's not a multi-view, it's also connected here. So that's how they can see. So this is multi-view. Anyway, what we're gonna do is we got a USB to speaker jack that's gonna connect to the Mac. So that's USB. And then that's gonna give us a physical audio connection to our sound system so we can get audio here. So that's USB to audio. So it's not an audio interface. We just physically don't have a jack. So we got that here. We also have another cable that I have set up for like if they want to connect a phone or iPad or something like that. That is another jack that's going into this. This is going to be, the computer is probably going to be aux 1 and 2. This iPad, audio, phone, whatever, is going to be aux input 3 and 4. So we join them for left and right channels. And we have our dual XLR out to 3.5 is going to give audio into our ATEM so that we'll have house sound. So that's coming back here. And because we're not doing a snake, everything is already here. They have 12 channel board right now. We'll be able to plug everything directly in, and that's it. We're also going to put a new rack there to clean up everything. All of their mics and everything are going to be inside the rack. We're going to clean up a whole lot of space there. And this is mainly it. Now, they do have a Hollyland and actually, I'm sorry, I didn't even finish connecting everything. The camera's going to be connected there. We're going to use their existing cameras as different feeds. So again, now starting to get messy. And they also have a Hollyland for wireless. So I showed them how we can hook this up. So that can be like a roaming camera if they wanted to go. So we only got 5 hours to put this together because I have a cookout to go to on the 2nd. So we're going to get there as early as possible. All of this equipment is going to be here by Thursday. And we'll be down there around like 7. And the only ceiling stuff we got to do is run the cable for the PTZ that we're going to ceiling mount, as well as the fiber optic HDMI and the Ethernet cable to run there, run that back. And then all of this other wiring is done. And actually, that's the other thing I forgot. I need to bring another adapter because this Mac doesn't have any additional outputs. So we need to have a connection here that's going to give us a physical connection to our ATEM so that we can bring Proclaim into this because the adapter that they had did not work. So I have another one here. I might use one or get another adapter. All their USBs are used up. So I'm probably just going to get them another Anchor USB hub that does support it. I do have another one around here. I have 3. So 1, 2, 3 is for my laptop upstairs. I might just use one of those. And yeah, I think that's it. So really straightforward. We're going to clean up and organize a lot of this stuff. And I'm going to get a keystone plate there to make everything look all nice and pretty. Or I might just I got a brushless one. I might use that too. Anyway, we'll figure all that stuff out. And again, like I said, thankfully, they already went ahead and we got the contract for this. So this is going to be really straightforward. I'm probably going to do this as a full video. So we just show everything and really, really simple to do. If I had it to do, and I kind of gave them a path to do, what I would do is move this to an 8 mini Extreme. Then we can have the multi-view and this at the same time. Have this connected with a recorder, a hard drive on there because we're getting rid of their CD recorder as well too. And just kind of move them in a direction. And then in the future, their keyboard and drums are not in the system. They actually have an amp. What I would do is actually maybe still use the amp. Actually, no, but have it connected into the house sound so that that is actually a connection. And I might actually do that. I think I have a 100-foot XLR with another direct box. You never know. You might do something like that. But got them in the path to go. This is going to get them up quick, fast, in a hurry. And in the future, go with a A10 Mini Extreme to get them up, to get them more functionality. But I think once we get everything in place, they'll see the benefit of what we got. So again, thank you so much, Tabernacle of Faith, for reaching out with me. We're going to be there to modernize your media ministry next Saturday. Hope you're going to be excited about that. And we did make some tweaks to get their stuff up and running. Took a lot of stuff out that they don't need. They were using OBS, but showed them how they didn't need OBS for what they were doing. They were just going to Zoom. So they were using the ATEM to OBS, OBS to Zoom. And I'm like, you don't need that. We can just go from the ATEM directly to Zoom over to USB. So we got them straight, got their audio coming from the house in as well too. But we're going to hook them up. So link is down below to everything we're going to be using for this. And like I said, be on standby. Make sure you have those notifications on. That way you don't miss out the video when we actually do the install next Saturday. So if you like this type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ. Catch you on the next video. Later.